but for somehow I have handle over things that stressed me out before, that I had fear. I no longer have attachment to fear, especially today as I talk to you. I don't remember who I was before. It's kind of hard to go back and remember things and tell my story. I have no attachment to that person. Really feel, I feel like a different person, and I don't know. I no longer have opinions or fixed positions on anything because I don't know who I will be tomorrow.
Wow.
So I really have dominion over change. I understand what it feels like to be in be always constantly being the unknown.
Okay. So I'm here with Nadia. She is a beautiful soul that I met at the Joe Dispenza retreats. Nadia, how many have you done now?
8 and counting.
Wow. What year did you start?
I started first workshop was 2018.
Bravo.
Yeah.
And can you, because having met you sort of later on in the process, you have this wonderful glow about you. I know you lead groups of people, introducing them to this kind of work. How did it change your life?
I found out about Dr. Joe because, I mean, the time that he came into my life was when I had started my company. I'm into commercial real estate lending, and not many women are in that field in terms of lending, not the selling, the mortgage part of it. So when I started, my body was wreaking havoc on me. I was stressed out, working 16 hours a day, sometimes sleeping at my office, and I ended up just getting extremely sick. I ended up I gained a lot of weight. I had gained 60 pounds. I couldn't figure out why. I had an enlarged thyroid. At the same time, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's syndrome. The only option that I was provided was to cut off my thyroid. And
that's the thing that first caught my attention, because when you and I met in Denver,
yes.
You had mentioned that you had recovered from this. And anytime I meet somebody who's recovered from the impossible, I always like to have this format where you can tell people what you did, because it's so important. It's not the most common thyroid thing for sure, but it's not terribly uncommon either.
Yes. Yes.
So I want to start with the first amazing healing that you had with a Joe Dispenza experience. And it's already posted online, but it's such a great story. Can you talk about that meditation that you went into? A deal of yours had just gone sideways, so you had that added anger, stress, frustration to deal with. Go ahead, tell us that story, because it's fabulous.
Absolutely. I have that testimonial available on Dr. Joe's website, and I'll just make it really brief. I had, while I was there, my sister, who's my office manager, was taking care of my loan closings at the time. I get a call, something has gone sideways. I just could not get that loan to close. It's the end of the year, and now I'm not there to fight. I am in Mexico. That was my first week-long 7-day workshop with Dr. Joe. And I was having a great workshop until Thursday. I get a call, hey, we've come into this situation and don't know what to do at this point. Go into my meditation. I took that call. I'm in a full panic mode, because get this, I'm brand new at that point and I don't know how to handle my stress, and I'm not very good at surrendering. Get into the meditation. I am at a point where I come to fork in the road in the middle of my meditation. I have no other choice left but to surrender, because it's out of my control. It was a blessing of the energy centers meditation. Dr. Joe's blessing of the energy centers are very profound and very healing for a lot of people. Get into that meditation. By the time I get to my 4th center, lights out. Everything's gone. I've forgotten who I am, forgotten my problem, which was the greatest moment. In that moment, by the time we are moving up the centers, I feel a lot of pain in my neck and my arms, as if someone's stretching my arm all the way out. And as I surrender into my pain, I surrender deeper into my meditation, come out of the meditation. I've always had kyphosis. kyphosis is like a half baseball on your neck. It's neck fat.
Yeah, you described how you come from a tradition, a lot of the women have large breasts, and so it's just sort of natural to hunch over.
It's something that's been passed down from my grandmother. My mother. It's
Right,
just
yeah.
normal. It was a part of my life, something that my mother lives with and my grandmother lived with, and I was going to live with. And in that moment, when I came out, very naturally, because I felt all that pain, I wanted to check what happened, what was that pain? And I touch and I can't feel that bump anymore. I was very used to pressing that bump because it hurt. It used to hurt a lot. So because it was solid, it had lost its solidity to where for the first time in many years, I actually touched on my bone, on my spine. I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize this. What is this?
And as an acupuncturist that worked in that field for decades, helping people with all kinds of disc herniations and back pain and neck pain and jaw pain and every other kind of pain, that's an extraordinary story.
Yes, yes.
Because that's not something you go get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 chiropractic or acupuncture treatments or even, you know, yoga practice or anything and have that go away with any kind of speed. So that's pretty close to a miracle.